Wait, are you waiting on us to do a countdown?
We're ready. You can,
There we go.
just do a quick intro.
There
Hello,
we go. We
everybody.
are live
Welcome back.
again. Hello and welcome everybody to Super Metroid Low Percent Ice. This is a wonderful category for a wonderful game. We are freyasspirit and we are here to bring you this run. So let's get started. So Low Percent Ice aims to complete the game with as few items as possible, 14%. We will be grabbing both suits, Charge Beam, Ice Beam, the minimum amount of ammo necessary, and the minimum amount of E-tanks necessary. So there are 5 points in this run where we can die. Fantoon in the wreck ship, Ridley, and Mother Brain at the very end. And Mother Brain is by far the hardest. In addition to that, there's a couple of rooms where we can die. Just the room just before gravity, and the room and the lower Norfair and the end of the lower Norfair escape. So we will be taking safety saves there. And by far the hardest part is Mother Brain. 5 hits here, 5 tail hits. Go for the swag boost? No swag boost. So this is Series Escape. Very important because it has an on-screen timer. And the goal here is always to get a better time than TaskBot. So let's see if we can pull it off tonight. Very, very good time so far. This is a really good time. $45.61, over a second in-game time better than TaskBot. We are incredibly happy with that. That is within half a second of our PB. So we were talking earlier about the 5 points where we can die, and we will be calling all of those out and be taking safety saves just to try and prevent that. We got our second deathless run ever last night, and we were super happy about it.
Sounds like we're gonna get our third today.
Heck yes. This will be our third right here. So as we run off the planet, the first thing that you're going to notice is that Samus is waving her arms around wildly. Each of those is known as an arm pump, and each time you hit L or R, you get pushed forward a pixel. So that makes you run ever so slightly faster. You're going to see a trick here called a moonfall, unlimited fall speed, and you're going to get to see it in detail in this room, the climb, where it saves about 4 seconds by falling faster. The pit room. The goal is to not fall into any of the pits here. Very, very difficult. If you want to appreciate how hard the run is, try and do that room. It is way, way, way harder than it looks. And just trying that room alone will give you appreciation for this. So we're going to need help from everybody in chat telling us what this item is. Orb! Never gets old.
Orb. I really love those orb memes.
Sitting in the room yelling orb during Celeste is definitely one of the TTQ experiences that we remember the most. Excellent trick there. That was called a down back. One of the major tricks in this game relies on hitbox compression and expansion. When you're angling down, your hitbox is the smallest, and it's also pretty small when you're spin jumping. So you're going to notice us intentionally hitting L or R to exit in what's known as a lead grab. To exit spin and just snap to the ledge by expanding our hitbox. One of the most important, there are so many important basic movement techs that you have to chain together. And a question that people often ask is, where am I losing time? And the answer is every single room. This game is so hard to optimize. So we're going to do the ledge grab climb, snapping to every ledge, just climbing all the way up. The other option is the wall jump climb. And people are split about evenly on which ones they do. A few wall jumps will get us up here. And we're headed straight for our first boss, Bomb Teresa.
You make it look so easy. But it's so hard.
This run is going incredibly well. Against our low ice splits, that was a gold. It's not a gold against our any percent splits, but it's definitely a gold against our low ice splits, and we are incredibly happy with that. So we're just going to repeatedly shoot BT to try and kill as fast as possible. And it's really important to get our shots off, beam shots off in groups of 5. Beam shots do 20 damage each, and missile shots do 100. And you want to have you wanted BT's your last shot to be a missile doing exactly 100 damage to skip a cutscene, small cutscene. Alcatraz escape right here. Alcatraz escape right here. One of the swaggiest tricks in the early game, and one of the tricks that a lot of new runners try really hard to learn.
Gotta show off them swag.
So exiting with full health and full missiles is important here. Full health way more important. Because we're going to be killing these pirates, so we can have more health at Fantoon. So definitely a piece of long-term planning for the run. We're saving our health for 10 minutes later in the run. So coming up is our first mock ball in the game. Normally you're supposed to have speed boosters to get these supers, but we're going to maintain our running speed in Morph Ball and use that to slide into the gates to get our early supers. A trick that becomes super natural, but this is definitely the most important mock ball in the game because it allows you to skip Spore Spawn, the DLC boss. This is such a good run so far. We are incredibly happy with it. We're gonna farm that little Rio. Hopefully we're gonna get a missile drop. Actually, we will get a missile drop because we're full health. One of the neat things about this game is that if you're full health, health drops become missile drops. If you're full missiles, missile drops become health drops. Little down back to squeeze down there. Have to not pick up those missiles. It's always a trick to try and remember the route while commentating. The good thing is that we can, even if our brain is not working very well, we can still do the boss fights, as we learned last night.
I mean, you've proven that it's possible. You're on a great pace.
So coming up, we're gonna have to get up the red tower. We are gonna try and. This is what forces you to go Fantoon later in a casual playthrough. Nope, missed it. That's okay. That's a tricky shot to get. So coming up, we're gonna grab our first power bombs of the run. Ooh, that really hurts. That really hurts. Fortunately, we're going to be taking a save before Fantoon, so that'll give us some time to sneak in a couple extra farms. Hopefully we don't boop the caterpillar on the way up. Anybody who knows how much damage those do finds that right there incredibly scary. So here's our first safety save of the run. Our first of 4. And this is really nice that we're doing this right now because that will allow us to take these extra farms. Health is definitely low, so we are very, very glad that we have that safety save. Booping the caterpillar was not good, but we're going to make this work. We're going to sneak in some extra farms off the crabs up here. So a trick from Alcatraz that applies to many other places. If you're trying to morph out of a wall jump, you only need to hit down once. That is the trick behind Alcatraz. Continuous wall jump. This is a really tricky room. We have the setup. Let's see if we can first try this. This is a really, really difficult room. That wall jump was frame perfect. That room was basically double frame perfect, and we nailed it. We are incredibly, incredibly happy with that. That's the first time that we have nailed that first try in a long time. And we didn't fall in the ocean. We are incredibly, incredibly happy with that. This is not a good amount of health to have, so we're actually going to sneak in some farms before Fantoon. Not happy with that powerbomb count, but it's much better to do this than dying. Fantoon, everything in here does 40 damage, and we have to be below 30 damage in order to be guaranteed health drops. So, that's why this health is dangerous, because it'll put us at 33 health. Ugh. Okay, normally we'd want fast as a speedrunner, but in this case we actually don't, because we only have 10 max missiles, and getting fast means that our health is going to be in a more precarious spot. So getting it slow is actually a good thing here, especially in a marathon setting. Taking this in rage definitely means that we're going to take it a bit longer to kill Fantoon, but it's much safer. Because if we didn't do this in rage, we would have had to take 40 damage, and that would have put us in a one hit KO range without getting a bunch of health. Okay, this is a good pattern. It is probably 3/4 chance that it's a mid. Okay, awesome. Not the cleanest of fights. But we didn't die, and that's the important part. In a low percent category, just not dying is worth so much time. Ammo is wonderful. A couple more power bombs would be nice, but we'll totally take this. So right here is these super missiles are going to be the very last piece of ammo that we get in the entire run. And there is a dangerous room coming up, so we're just going to be super safe and take an extra safety save. We'll probably be fine without this, but we have died. That is a room that can kill you if you mess up a little bit. We were supposed to clip through the ceiling, but it doesn't always work. That's okay. So normally we just miss all these in any percent, but we don't have enough ammo for that. We don't want to run out of missiles, because we actually do need missiles in the next room, so we'd rather burn through some supers. And another difference between any percent and low ice is that we're going to kill Kraid before Ridley. So that means that we'll get to farm supers from mini Kraid. So let's just... Solid room. Ending up with more than 180 health here is important because that means we can take 3 spike hits here. So this is a room which can kill you. You have to take at least 2 spike hits to get through. It's not a hard room by any point. All you have to do is hold, run right, and jump a few times. But it is a very deadly room that can just kill you if you mess up. If you run out of iframes, it's very easy to mess up and accidentally just take a few more hits. And coming up right here, we will be picking up the gravity suit. A hermetically sealed stack of pancakes will give us a swimsuit. So gravity suit will give us protection, all the protection we need from everything except for Motherine's rainbow beam. If gravity beam worked on Motherine's rainbow beam, we could do 13% and skip Varia. But it doesn't, so we will need Varia to reduce the damage from the rainbow beam to 3 E-tanks from 6 E-tanks. So we're going to be double farming these crabs because we really need some power bombs. We really need some power bombs. Fortunately, we're going to Kraid first, so power bombs are not as critical as they normally would be. So we're going to be doing another Moonfall here to try and, we're not going to be farming these cacks because we're going Kraid first. The Hellway right here is an amazing room. Just super swag damage boosts all the way through. Really technical room, and one that we absolutely love. And falling to the red tower is also a really beautiful room. So with that, we're off to Kraid. And we're going to be super clever and not wreck the low ice run by picking up Spazer. Any percent muscle memory would direct us directly to Spazer. But we're going to be super clever and not pick it up. Break the tube so we can get to Meridia faster. And now we're going to attempt the Kraid quick interest, shooting 3 supers out to get through this, to be able to just jump through. We got half of the trick. We'll take it. So coming up here is going to be Kraid. There's a lot of really awesome stuff here. We're going to be doing a couple arm pumps to sneak under the Ski Hunter. Also shooting it. Enemies do not move when they're being shot. Enemies do not move while they're being shot at, so shooting at freezes it for a split second. And that's a really neat trick that we've used in a couple of spaces. So we're going to be laying this bomb to get us to the right X position. That was a trick actually that was brought from Punk's blindfolded run. And it's used to normalize position because sometimes your second missile just won't hit Kraid if you're in the wrong X position. So by doing that, it's super safe. And the Kraid quick kill is a trick. Getting the wrong X position is something that can happen to anybody. And we've seen some tragic, awesome paces lost to that. Mockball to fix the door transition. Gap skip. Damage boost. Super there because we need the missiles. So we're going to be grabbing this E-tank, and then we're also going to be grabbing an E-tank. We're going to be also grabbing a third E-tank before Ridley, which is super safe, but very good for marathons. The world record route actually goes into Lower Norfair without... The world record route, used only by the top 2 times on the leaderboard, goes into Lower Norfair without missing a lot of this equipment. Without killing Kraid first, so without Varia, and without an extra E-tank. So very, very, very low health. Not something that we're up to. We're going to try a down back to just fall down straight to the bottom. Almost got it. That falling in this game is incredibly technical and feels so good when you get it right. We're gonna try and do a quick kill on this Nova and get through this room as quickly as possible. Always feels amazing to get that. We cannot pick up high jump or any more missiles, so nothing more to do there other than just the safety tank. We're gonna be mockballing under this gate. We're gonna be bonking the gate. So one of the interesting things in this game is you move faster on the ground than in the air. So we intentionally hit the gate just to minimize the time that we're in the air to save a frame or two. And with this, we believe that we are at full power. This is the last item that we're going to be picking up. The ice beam does, a charge shot of the ice beam does 90 damage, which means that it's going to take 200 charge shots to kill Ridley or Mother Brain. Fortunately for Ridley, we're going to have a little bit more ammo. But for Mother Brain, we will need to do that. Ice escape right here. Super important that the mockball starts in the room, in the previous room, because your horizontal speed briefly dips to 0 when you start a mockball. And that's enough to make you not get under the gate. Have to bomb jump here because we don't have high jump. So we will be farming to full before we go into Lower Norfair. Those extra supers make a huge difference. In our practice run, we made a mistake and ran out of supers, and took us 5 minutes to farm another one. And that's not something that anybody wants. So we will just be farming to full. Even got a laser shot there. It is possible to farm these with bombs. But if we mess up, it's possible to get the drops too low to actually pick up. And that would cost time. So it's much safer to just farm it like this. So we're going to be going for our own lava dive here. We're going to be so this is a gravity jump. If you you start your jump with a out of water momentum, and then you transition into underwater momentum, and that allows you to jump super high. This room's original name was Gravitron because of this trick. And we are one of the few people who actually does the left side lava dive there. And we really, really like it because rather than trying to time a jump, you just hit jump and pause on at the exact same time, and then you do your wall jump. So we find it to be way easier. And the pause before the elevator did save about 30 frames. And now normally we'd spark through here, but we don't have speed booster, so gotta use power bombs here. So we're gonna attempt to kill both of these wall pirates at the same time with 3 supers. Beautiful. And now we just bomb jump up here. Ooh, that super would have been really nice if we'd seen it earlier. Not worth it to pick up at this point, but would have been really, but would have saved us a couple. That would have saved us a second or two later. This is really awesome that we have this much ammo, because this is a point. If we run out of a super here, if we run out of supers here, then it's going to take us about five plus minutes to get a new one. This is the amphitheater. This room looks amazing in this category. We really, really appreciate this room in this category. The wall jump that we're going to do at the far left to get over the pirates is amazing. Just absolutely beautiful that it works out so well. And we are going to be saving before Ridley. This is our third of 4 safety saves, because we were about to encounter the second deadliest thing in the game, in this run, Ridley. We have to do a bomb spread here. If we lay a power bomb here, then we're going to be in a lot of trouble. If we accidentally laid a power bomb there to clear that, we would have just reset to our save, because it would take forever to farm one. We're going to be doing specific placement of bombs to manipulate the second hopper to jump high so it doesn't hit us. And we messed it up. Ooh, that is a reset. We accidentally placed the power bomb a few pixels too far to the right, so it didn't actually hit the bombs. It didn't actually hit the holes that we wanted it to. So that's unfortunate, but we're super, super happy that we had the safety save, because otherwise it would have been a really long farm for that. So the safety save being used for something entirely unintentional makes us really happy that we had that. So let's get a high hop this time. We were a bit too slow to get a high hop last time. That should work. That is called a cargo clipping through there. In certain animations, you are uninterruptible, and morphing and unmorphing is one of those. Missing that super is not good. That's going to cost us a bit of time. Not the end of the world, but we did have to shoot 6 missiles into that. Deboosting off of those makes us take less damage. We aren't sure that that actually matters at this point. But taking less damage just feels good. So now we farm. We want full ammo before we enter Ridley. That damage is fine. Taking health cannot become super missiles, so. Just gotta farm to 10 supers. There's a 25 chance for a super drop each time, so this is just RNG, and there's nothing you can do about it. There we go. Full ammo. Here comes Ridley, the second deadliest boss in the game. Ridley would take... Ridley would take 200 charge shots. A bit less because we have ammo. So we're gonna get Ridley to, after Ridley changes color, so Ridley is gonna... Ridley? After Ridley changes colors, Ridley's gonna take 23 charge shots. Go ahead.
Oh no.
So above 80% health, Ridley will only pogo. Will not swoop. Which is nice because the Ridley pogoing is what we want here. We're really glad we have that extra safety tank because we took a bunch of damage in the opening. So there's a safe spot at the very end there. And that's what we want to do. We want Ridley to be pogoing facing left and just abuse a safe spot. The way that we turn Ridley around is you have to break spin high enough in the air while Ridley is at the peak of his pogo. And this is Ridley's first swoop. First swoop is always high. Every swoop after this will touch the ground. We do like pseudo scoring through those fireballs. The fireballs will not hit us if we have a charge shot and we're in spin jump. And that saves 15 health each time. Not 100% necessary, but really useful for a marathon run. Ridley has, in the opening, Ridley has been really nice so far. So the goal is to make Ridley change colors and then hit Ridley 23 charge shots and unload all of our ammo. If we miss a super, that's going to be 7 extra shots, while Ridley is moving quickly. So it's super important that we do not miss the supers. Ridley is probably close to half health right now. There we go. 23 charge shots, and then we can just unload the ammo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we want to unload the supers while Ridley's pogoing. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we do not want to unload the supers while Ridley's not pogoing, because Ridley will go faster once Ridley gets low health. So we're just gonna unload these now. Ridley may be a charge shot or 2 away, but it's much better to unload. Is that dead? That's dead. That is dead. Wow, that was such a good Ridley fight. That was such a good Ridley fight. So if we were going for a PB, we would have only had 2 tanks there, and we would have farmed the tank after Ridley. But instead, we're just gonna farm for health here. Marathon safety. And that's full health. We do not need full ammo because we're gonna be farming for ammo later. We would be super excited if this actually PB'd. Because even with the reset, we were only plus 18 after Ridley. Okay, so this is where we're just trying not to get hit. We actually had a chance of making it through that room without getting hit. So this lower North for escape is the 4th deadly part of the run. And we're just gonna try to... This room with key hunters and the other room with key hunters are the two deadly rooms here. Good. Good? Very good. Amazing! Amazing! We usually cannot do that. We are incredibly, incredibly happy with that. Incredibly happy with how that room went. At this point, we'd have to really... So this is the dangerous room, but we'd have to really mess up because we can take 5 hits. So let's... Here's some not really, really messing up. We use that... Wow! This is the best Lower North Fair escape we've ever had in this category. Maybe in any category. We cannot believe how well that went. We are super hyped about that. So now we're going to be farming to full ammo and full health. The world record route kills Kraid after, specifically to avoid this farm. But only 2 people in the world have PB'd with that, and both of them are way better than us, so... We'd expect about 1 super per round. So now we're going to have to leave Bubble Mountain the way we came in. We're going to have to leave the way we came in because we do not have Speed Booster to get out the normal way. Hold a charge shot just so we can shoot a screw and kill anything that gets in our way. It's a little bit nicer to just kill things rather than booping into them. Tricky wall jump to get out of there. And we are out of here and onto Meridia. So Meridia, you're going to see another gravity jump. So the goal with a gravity jump is to jump on the very last frame before the fade out finishes. Not super easy, but also not too difficult. We don't know how many frames this one has, but there is a 3-frame gravity jump later. So normally to get up Mount Everest, you'd either need to grapple or Speed Booster. We have neither, so we're just gonna gravity jump up there. So here we go. Did we jump too late? Okay, that was basically a perfect gravity jump. And we could do a second gravity jump here, but it's a little bit faster to do some cute wall jumps. And the wall jumps just look so much more aesthetically pleasing. And they feel so much better. So coming up is Botwoon. The next trick coming up is a Botwoon hallway ice clip. We're going to be using a Metroid to just clip through the ceiling. This room normally would require Speed Booster, but we're just going to clip through it with ice because we can. Farm it and hope for a super. Yes, we did get a super. That super drop is about 25% chance, and it's really useful because Botwoon takes 10 supers to kill. Missed 1. Missed 2. Botwoon has the worst hitbox in the game. Wow. Okay, wow, we actually got that. We didn't think we were going to get that. That was amazing. That was a really, really good fight. So we're gonna sneak under the E-tank so we don't have to pick it up. And then we're gonna need to farm to full ammo before Dragon. Because having 10 supers will take off half a Dragon's health. Which is really, really, really useful. And that is that. Let's go. No speed boosters, so no attempt at the full halfie. So now we get to go through the Colosseum without. This is a delightfully awkward room, which makes it incredibly, incredibly beautiful when you do it quickly. There's just so much going on here. So we're gonna try and stay on top of the spikes so we can do just that. Couple hops to fix the door transition, and we are into Dragon. We are into Dragon. We're going to start off with an ice shield. By having power bombs selected with only ice and charge equipped, and we hold charge for 2 seconds, and we get this delightful ice shield, which will hit Dragon 4 times for a little bit more damage than the super. So we're going to pseudo screw into Dragon, and that'll trade damage. 40 damage to us, 200 damage to Dragon. Very useful way to use our health here. Oops, that was not a trade. More goops is good because we need to farm up more ammo. Do another trade. Oh, oops. Wow, this is really good RNG. We're getting goop, 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 goop. Ooh, ah, oops. We would have liked that super. Wow, so many goops. Hopefully this will be a dead Dragon. Nope. No luck. Heck. Okay, hopefully this is a dead Dragon. We did not want to trade ourselves into one-hit KO range in a marathon. Dragon, please. You should be almost dead, Dragon. There we go. That is a very dead Dragon. We do not actually need these drops because we're going to be taking a ship refill later. And with that, we are now on PB pace. We are super excited by how well this run is going. If we don't mess up and take a death to Mother Brain, we have a very real chance of PBing.
Told you, you will get a PB.
So normally we take a safety save before Mother Brain, but we have a backup save immediately ready. So we are very tempted to just skip the safety save and run to the backup if needed, so we can save an extra 15 seconds if we PB. We're gonna do a turnaround quick drop to drop to the sand more quickly than you're supposed to be able to. This tunnel is really cute and not something that we knew about as a kid at all. We just realized that these snails can one-hit KO us, so our plan is just to not get hit. The plan of not getting hit worked well. These crabs will two-hit KO us, so we just need to not get hit twice. So coming up is a 3-frame gravity jump. We have 3 frames to execute the jump, so hopefully we can pull it off today. That might be too late. It might not. Too late. Think that's good? Excellent. So now we're going to do a bomb jump and then expand our hitbox at the top of it. To active. We weren't crouching there, so we just had to do a few extra bombs. We do need to farm a super here, but we'll just farm it with some power bombs. Excellent. We're just telling ourselves not to miss that. Very nice of Deer Force to put that farm there. So we'll be taking a ship refill and then we are off to Torian. This run has been going incredibly well, so hopefully we can finish it off. Hopefully we can finish it off. Because Mother Brain is by the single hardest part of the run, and Low Ice Mother Brain is a reason why Low Ice is harder to get to complete than RBO. The Mother Brain fight will be 3 minutes of us shooting Mother Brain and trying not to take 100 damage, and then 1 minute of shooting Mother Brain repeatedly while she's doing a one-hit KO attack. So a very, very deadly fight. So let's hope that we can maintain the PB. We are 57 seconds ahead.
You can do it.
So we're definitely not going to take a safety save before Mother Brain like we had planned. Just so that we can save another 15 seconds if we PB. We have a backup safety save ready. And that would be incredibly hyped if we PB'd and got a marathon PB. And now's a great time for any donations if you have any.
I don't have any donations, but I would like to point out that we're raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everyone who has dealt with mental issues themselves or within their families. All of your donations will go to Mind. In every region of the world, mental disorders surpass 10% of the population. Governments seem to lack momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, as only 55% have mental health awareness and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. Organizations like Mind help raise awareness to the issue, helping us to get one step closer to a world where everyone gets the help they need.
And thank you to everybody who has donated. Mental health is so important. Okay, we need to watch our super count here. Okay, we're gonna kill this last one with missiles. Because we did end up with a run yesterday where we ended up with not enough supers and we had to go out of Torian to farm. And that's not something that we want. That looks like a deboost. We aren't sure if it actually is, but it looks like it. Not. This is the one category where that's least important, but it still feels really good to get. So we're trying to damage ourselves down. We cannot. Baby skip is not really feasible on low ice. So we're just going to do this, and we're going to be facing right, because Samus has a standing up animation which costs about 40 frames if she's facing left, but does not if she's facing right. So facing right saves about 40 frames just from an animation skip, which is an absolutely silly way to save frames. But speedruns are all about silly ways to save frames. So we have to open 2 doors before we can actually, we have to open 2 doors with missiles before we refill. And with that we can refill. And that will be our last refill before the run is done. So we are incredibly, incredibly nervous because we have a PB on the line.
Don't be nervous. Just enjoy your run.
There's no way not to be nervous on PB pace.
Yeah, true, but you're playing really, really well.
Yes, and we're having a lot of fun. It's wonderful.
That's the main point. It's gonna be okay.
So we cannot miss a single super on Red the Brain 1. And hopefully we can also get a low damage step skip, because if we take damage, that's... all of our health here follows us all the way to Mother Brain. So yeah, that's really good. Ooh. And if we miss a super here, this is just a soft lock. We shot very slowly there because we're watching the turret. The turret can snipe a missile. Those turrets have been very known to snipe missiles on world record pace. So we're going to need 200 charge shots with Mother Brain, and she's going to start using her red beam. Below 25% health, which can one hit us, so we need to count. $25. $50. $75. $100. 125. $150. No! No, that was a really, really weird pattern. That was a really weird pattern. Unfortunately, that just cost us the PB. And that's okay. That's okay. That
That's
is
okay.
definitely a part of running this category. And that's why we gave ourselves such a generous estimate to include several deaths to Mother Brain.
Yeah. I mean, next time you run it, you'll get a PB. I guarantee it.
Yeah, this is almost 2 deathless runs back to back.
Exactly.
That turret was trying to snipe us and kill the run. If the super had hit that little blob that the turret shot, that would have been a soft lock. So here we go. So we need to keep our health above 300 because Mother Brain's Rainbow Beam will do 300 damage. So if our health drops below 300, we're dead. It's just lots of patterns to dodge here. $50. $25. Or 3. 150. Catch up beam after this. That was a much more normal way for that to come. That was not a normal way for that to come. Definitely our favorite tech within the first part of the fight is just is the morph unmorph to reset vertical reset or fall speed. So we can stay in the air for a little bit longer. That's a really weird pattern. Even though that's a one-hit KO, this part of the boss fight is actually safer than the start. Unless she does stuff like that. What? We've never seen that before. We haven't actually never seen that before.
And there we go again with bingo cards.
We think we jinxed it. We were talking about how it was much safer part of the fight because she doesn't chain everything together like that. And then right after she does that, so... New experiences here. Lots and lots of fun.
Okay. We're learning. We're having fun. Well, at least I hope you're having fun.
Yes, we're having a lot of fun.
Okay.
This part of the run is always terrifying, and that makes it super exciting.
Yes, I'm just amazed, out of words.
I have anything to read during this time. That's good. It's really hard to commentate and count at the same time and dodge.
Yeah,
and this is really important because at 150 shots, she'll shoot her first one-hit KO shot, and that's the most dangerous part of the entire run. We're actually just gonna reset. That was more damage than we'd really like to take early, and it's much better to reset now than 5 minutes into the fight.
I mean, you've got all the time, so just take it.
Yeah, we actually do have a lot of time left over. The last time we did a marathon run of this, we died to Mother Brain a bunch of times and finished slightly over estimate, but did finish. This fight is incredibly dangerous, and there's no guarantee that we will be able to finish. We'd be a bit disappointed if we couldn't, but it's just part of running the category.
You've been super close like 2 times already. You're gonna finish.
We're gonna finish.
Exactly.
Another 200 shots. 150 is a critical point, and after that we can stop counting and just shoot the other 50. And hopefully we don't get more weird patterns. Seven. Oops. Very aggressive. $50. 75, super aggressive. $100. $25. We did it.
Nice.
We are incredibly, incredibly happy with this.
And you should be.
I didn't PB, but we got some really, really interesting patterns, and we had a really awesome run. And we're so happy that we get to showcase this to all of you. This is a really, really good run. We had an amazing Ridley fight. We had a really solid Mother Brain fight up until the point where we got weird patterns twice.
We're just gonna plan the game for that one.
Yeah, after this, we're gonna be running to the Super Metroid community and going, how often does this sort of thing happen? And just looking back at the VOD and studying the patterns.
Yeah.
So, chat's choice. Do we save or kill the animals? Or do we taunt them?
We're gonna taunt them.
We're gonna taunt them? We're gonna taunt them.
We're gonna taunt them. We're gonna do exactly what chat doesn't want us to do. Or maybe we are. Who knows?
So there's a lot of things going on in that fight. When Mother Brain shoots onion rings, she often shoots them in sets of 2. So for the second set, we'll often be running to the left to dodge them. That's what got us killed in one of them, because we ended up taking 3 hits from that because because Mother Brain's head was lower than we'd ever experienced before. So we're just gonna stand in the corner and shoot here. There's definitely a way to do this which will save a few seconds from lag reduction, but we have not learned how to do this with high jump yet. At this point, we're just kind of doing a victory lap. So at this point in any marathon run, we're okay with just losing a few seconds and celebrating. So as you can see, unmorphing resets your fall speed, so you can spin the arrow for a lot longer. And that's really useful to dodge some of Mother Brain's attacks. When you have to dodge bombs, when Onion Rings force you to jump early in a bomb and you have to dodge the bomb explosion. So you're going to get to see the rare and elusive upper route here, because we do not have Speed Booster. It's a rare treat to be going through this room the way that a casual player would. And we successfully just flew through the door. Always feels terrible.
Can I interrupt for a quick donation?
Yes.
We got a €50 donation from Unhappy Butter. Awesome run, awesome cause. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Unhappy Butter.
Thank you so much. And for such a great cause, mental health is so important and is very... And there's just not enough money being put into it. And now you get to see the rare and elusive wall jump climb, because we don't have Speed Booster. Small escape. Taunt the animals. The animals do not deserve to live.
Boo.
And we will be done. So because we didn't actually save the animals, we've got to go at Alcatraz. Because the blocks are still there. The blocks do not vanish until you actually save the animals. So here we go, a run that we were super happy to have been able to present. Definitely one of our better runs, and even with all those deaths, we came in a minute and a half under estimate. So we are incredibly happy with that. Thank you so much for having us, and we hope that all of you enjoyed this run as much as we did. So would you like to wait for the credits? Wait for the Deer Force of the credits? Or are we behind and should go to the next run as fast as possible?
How long is it gonna take? I'm not exactly sure. A couple of minutes. I think we're gonna go into the setup for the next game in that case.
So with that, thank you everybody so much for watching. We're incredibly happy to have brought you this run, and incredibly happy to have come in under estimate. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and we hope that you all enjoyed this as much as we did.
All right. Thank you very much for showing it off. It was amazing. I hope you can do something with the weird patterns you've been shown by the Mother Brain. Up next, we will have the Jack of Hearts with... oh man, give me 1 second. I need to look it up. He will show us Jado Cocoon instead of the upcoming run on the schedule. We will have Jack of Hearts with Jado Cocoon. We're gonna go into a quick intermission, and we're gonna have some ads. If you don't want ads and support us, you can use your Twitch Prime. And that's it. See you soon.
Thank you so much.